The New York Rangers have a star player in Artemi Panarin, but as he turns 32 years old in late October, how much longer will he be that star level talent? I think he's still definitely got a couple more years left, but there is issues with his game that definitely isn't going to age better as he gets older, and that is his two-way game. His two-way game has never been something good, but I think this year we really saw kind of just a lack of effort, a massive lack of effort. I'm not saying that before he was the best defensive guy ever, but obviously I think it kind of took a bit of a step back in his overall kind of numbers and stuff. It definitely kind of shows that he got even worse than what he normally has been defensively. I'm not saying he ever was good defensively, like I was saying, but he definitely has been at least like not a completely negative, awful defensive player. But this year, we really did kind of see that take a big step in the wrong direction of being a much worse defensive kind of guy. And we'll take a look at some stats that kind of proves my point in that sense in a second. But taking a look at kind of his numbers overall offensively and his point totals here right now, he has been a very healthy player over his career, knock on wood or whatever, but he definitely has been a pretty healthy guy. Started his career, played 80 games, 82, 81, 79, then 69 with the Rangers in 1920. And then obviously the COVID kind of really messed with some stuff there. Only had 42 games played in 2020, 2021. But after that, like not this past season, but the previous one had 75 games played, and this past year had 82 games played. So he has been a very healthy player, has played 590 games and hasn't missed a ton. So that is good to see that even though he is getting older, turns 32 in late October, and he still should be hopefully, fairly healthy to continue with the rest of his career. Which is nice to see. He's not have a bunch of reoccurring injuries that can really going to mess with him. He definitely has been pretty healthy. And this past season, though, had 92 points in 82 games played, which is fantastic. 29 goals, which actually is one of his higher, career total in goals, especially as of late. I mean, the last couple seasons with the Rangers only had 17 and 22. His first season, the Rangers, though, had 32. So nice to see him get much closer to that 30 goal kind of total there. Obviously known as kind of a dynamic playmaker kind of thing, an elite passer, but definitely kind of we really saw that goal scoring really go up a step this year, which is good to see. But overall, he has been a very good player with the Rangers. I mean, had 95 points in 69 games played his first year as a Ranger, then 58 in 42 games played, then 96 in 75, and this past year, like I said, had 92 in 82. So very good numbers there, but the plus minus was a career worst +4. Compared to the previous years, we had a plus 21, a plus 14, a plus 36 in his first year as a Ranger, which was his career high. But the past couple of years, we definitely have seen him take a big step back in his overall game. I'm not saying this plus minus is the reason why he's taking a step back defensively. I definitely have numbers that kind of prove my point in that sense, but definitely not what you want to see his plus minus going into a career worse. His next closest worst one was plus 8, and that was back in his rookie year, back in 15-16 with Chicago. So obviously not what you want to see, but taking a look at his kind of numbers here, the passing has gone down a bit. It's gotten a bit worse. He tied his second career high in assists this year with 63, so not the worst thing in the world, but the primary assist did drop down a bit. But taking a look at his takeaway giveaway ratio in defensive zone giveaways, it's by far a career worst, which is not at all what you want to see. His defensive zone giveaways, like I said, is by far the worst. This year had 31 defensive zone giveaways. The previous career high was 22 back in 2016 when his second year. Like he's normally at like 18, 17, 12, 10, 7, even 1 year back in 2020. Obviously the COVID shortened year, but for the most part has been kind of at like 20 or lower. This year had 31. That is absolutely nuts. That is 9 more defensive zone giveaways than his previous career high, which is not at all what you want to see. And the giveaways this year were, again, by far a career high. He had 20 more giveaways this year than his previous career high of 82. This year at 102, which is not at all what you want to see. And that career high, or second career high, like I said, of 82 in 2019. The next one after that, the third highest, is only 71, which was in 2021. So he has had a massive jump in giveaways and defensive zone giveaways, which is not at all what you want to see in this year. And takeaway giveaway ratio was by far the worst of his entire career. He was minus 66 in takeaway giveaway, which is not at all what you want to see. The previous career high was like 26. So he jumped up minus like 40 in takeaway giveaway ratio in his previous career high. That is just absolutely horrible. And it definitely does show that he is, the numbers are still looking great. You look at the point totals and you still say, okay, well, he's still producing at a very good level. But if you take a look at some more analytic numbers, it definitely shows that he has taken a big step back. And he only had 34 primary assists this year and 29 secondary. So not exactly what you want to see. most of his years has been kind of around this ratio, but a lot of them have been a lot higher as well. Like in 2021, had 43 primary assists and 31 secondary. So he had 9 more primary and 2 more secondary. And then in 2020, had 25 primary and 16 secondary. So not bad. In 2019, his about the same rate, well, literally the same ratio of 34 primary and 29 secondary, the exact same thing. But then in 2018, had 44 primary, 15 secondary. The previous year, 2017, 35 primary, 20 secondary. So obviously, he has just overall taken a step back. The numbers still look great on paper, but if you really take a look at the analytics kind of side of things, the primary, secondary assists, the giveaways, the defensive zone giveaways, it definitely has had, he had a much worse year than pretty much any other year of his career. So definitely not what you want to see, but at least the point totals are there. Hopefully, he can get back to that kind of good form that he was back in 2021 when he had a very good year, 75 games played, had 96 total points, 43 primary, 31 secondary. The giveaways to takeaway ratio was much better. He only had 56 takeaways and 71 giveaways and only 18 defensive zone giveaways back in 2021. So hopefully he can get back to those numbers, and that would definitely benefit this New York Rangers team a ton. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, please smash the like button and definitely comment down below your guys' thoughts on Artemi Panarin. And do you think he's going to have a better year than last year? I sure hope so, because if he doesn't and he continues to regress, it's definitely not going to look great. But at least there's only 3 more years left on that $11.6 million deal.